Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is Skittle52, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite game from each year since I was born. I was born in 2004, so I'm going to be taking a look at my favorite game from each year between 2004 and the current year, 2022. The only video games released in 2004 that I have played are Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, in which I only really played a little bit. I played the multiplayer mode you can unlock with my friend, and Spider-Man 2 is the other game I played. And I haven't really played either of them enough to feel comfortable choosing between the two. Uh, if I had to guess which game from 2004 I'd prefer, it'd probably be Spider-Man 2. But, that's a little fluid. Who knows? Uh, I haven't played enough of them to really choose, like I said. 2005 is a similar thing, but there is a game from that year I've played enough to think I could have a say on. That would be Lego Star Wars, the video game, which, if I'm being honest, only won by default. I enjoy Lego games. I enjoy Lego Star Wars, the video game specifically, although it is a inferior version to Lego Star Wars, the complete saga. I do still like it, but again, it only won by default. There wasn't much from 2005 that I really liked. The next year, 2006, there were few more games that I recognized and have played than the last 2 years, 2004 and 5. But it still beat out the rest by a wide margin. New Super Mario Bros. Is the winner. It's a solid platformer, and the bonus minigames and Mario vs. Luigi mode puts this game above all the rest of the competition. Mario vs. Luigi is probably what I did for most of my time playing the game. Me and somebody else who rode my bus to school both had a DS, and we would just play that mode all the time. 2007 was a year that was probably so far easily the hardest for me to decide on. Halo 3, Portal, Spider-Man 3, and Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction all came out that year. All that being said, Halo 3 does win. I do enjoy all of those games. Portal's a classic, although I prefer Portal 2. Spider-Man 3 is a really fun game in my opinion, although it's probably only on here because of nostalgia. And Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction's another fun Ratchet and Clank game, a series I really enjoy. 2008 is our next year, and this was damn near impossible. In the running, we have Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Burnout Paradise, Mario Kart Wii, Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, Call of Duty World at War, Lego Batman the video game, and Spider-Man Web of Shadows. I feel very nostalgic for every one of these games. That being said, there are only two games on this list that I would be 100% down to play right now. Those two games are Lego Batman the video game and Burnout Paradise. My main reasoning for that is that all of the other games have better versions slash successors. Brawl has Ultimate, Mario Kart Wii has Mario Kart DS and 8/8 Deluxe. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe is only here because of nostalgia. There's obviously better Mortal Kombat games slash, fighting games produced by the same company. There are multiple Call of Duty games I prefer to World at War, although I do like its zombie mode. It's the game that originated it. And then there's Spider-Man Web of Shadows, which to me is one of the best Spider-Man games, but I would prefer PS4. Burnout is an amazing racing game. It's probably my favorite racing game outside of the Mario Kart series, and I'd love to play it, but I'm going to have to give the edge to Lego Batman. You could definitely argue that there's been better Lego games, but Lego Batman is probably my favorite. I just love its atmosphere. This is probably due a lot to nostalgia, although I do think it's still a great game regardless. The next year is 2009. Ghostbusters, the video game, probably would win, but I've only technically played the remaster, so I'm just going to treat it like I haven't played it before, just in case there's some major differences between the versions. Games I have played and enjoyed from 2009 are Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Left 4 Dead 2, Plants vs. Zombies, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. I'm going to give the edge to Modern Warfare 2, but not by much. It's probably one of my favorite Call of Duty games, but it does beat things like New Super Mario Bros. Wii and Left 4 Dead 2, which Left 4 Dead 2 is a game I only really enjoy when playing with friends, and New Super Mario Bros. Wii, while I do enjoy coming back to it on occasion, it's not one of my favorite platformers, or honestly, it's not one of my favorite Mario platformers. Uh, on the other side of that, Super Mario Galaxy 2 wins 2010. 2010 was a pretty good year for video games, which unfortunately means that my boy Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is getting very much overshadowed. Halo Reach and Super Mario Galaxy 2 both came out in 2010, which Halo being my favorite, sorry, Halo Reach being my favorite Halo game, and Super Mario Galaxy 2 being my favorite 3D Mario game. Despite that, like I said, Super Mario Galaxy 2. It wasn't really a hard decision for me. This game is so well made. It's really leagues above the rest, in my opinion. 2011, I'm not going to waste a bunch of time. A lot of good games came out this year, but Terraria is easily my favorite of them all. A special shout out to Portal 2, though. 2012, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 wins. Halo 4 and Diablo 3 were close, but Halo 4 is just a worse Halo than Reach or 3, in my opinion. And Diablo 3 feels different enough from Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls for me to count them as separate. So I'm just going to be putting Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls later on. Spoiler alert. Diablo 3 on its own doesn't feel like it has enough reasons or gameplay for me to come back to it. 2013 was another great year for video games, in my opinion. Rayman Legends, Saints Row 4, Plants vs. Zombies 2, Super Mario 3D World, and Lego Marvel Superheroes all came out that year. I'm knocking Saints Row 4 for obvious reasons. While it is a very fun game, it's a bit crude, and the gameplay's not the best. Plants vs. Zombies 2 is getting knocked out due to microtransactions. The only thing I think really holding that game back, I think it really elevates the Plants vs. Zombies original gameplay, but the microtransactions in that game are so pushed and forced that I really don't feel comfortable uh, saying it's the winner. And Super Mario 3D World loses because it is an inferior version of the game. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury not only adds additional content, but it also increases the speed of each character by a substantial amount, which I think I like the faster speed a lot more. That leaves Rayman Legends and Lego Marvel Superheroes. Lego Marvel is in the running for my favorite Lego game. It's either that or Lego Batman the video game, but I still think Rayman Legend beats it out of the running. Rayman Legends is one of, if not my favorite platformer of all time, and I'm a huge fan of platforming as a genre. I think Rayman Legends has a lot of great aspects to it. It basically gives you the entirety of, excuse me, I have to clear my throat. Uh, the entirety of Rayman Origins alongside it, which is great. The music levels are some of my favorite platforming levels of all time. And I just like I like replaying the levels to get all the collectibles. I've 100%ed Rayman Legends, I think, 2 or 3 times. 2014, like I mentioned earlier, Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls narrowly wins. It beats out Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor. Reaper of Souls is kind of like potato chips for me. It's not the most enriching game out there, but I can play it for hours on end without ever getting bored. Uh, it's 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 a grind. That's all it is. Once you realize that, get bored of the grind, it becomes unfun for me. But that takes a while. 2015. I played a lot of games that were released in 2015, but only two of them are games that I still really enjoy coming back to. Those are Dying Light and Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Uh, Black Ops 3 is narrowly beaten by Dying Light, which I think offers a more unique experience. Although coming back to Dying Light, it's not as good as I remember it. I still really enjoy it, but it gets kind of repetitive after a while. A lot of the game is just looting to get stuff to kill zombies, so you can loot to get stuff to kill zombies, which, you know, I still enjoy it. Another thing I didn't like was a lot of the zombies have look exactly the same. It's a minor complaint, but it just feels weird killing the same random lady a billion times. Anyway, moving on to 2016. Doom 2016 loses to Ratchet and Clank 2016 because the existence of Doom Eternal makes Doom 2016 hard to play. Uh, Doom is a great game, but its sequel, Doom Eternal, is so much better. It makes Doom nearly impossible to play for me. It's so good. Don't get me wrong. If you haven't played Doom Eternal and the only game you have access to is Doom, go for it. You're gonna have so much fun. But Doom Eternal is so much better once you play it. You don't want to go back. 2017 was a stacked year. And I'm sorry to say it, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Super Mario Odyssey, but Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time, so it's going to win. Other games that released that year, besides those two very good games, are Has Been Heroes, which is a smaller game, but I really enjoyed it, and Mario plus Rabbids Battle Kingdom, I believe, came out that year, which is another great game, and I'm glad there's a sequel to it coming out. That's not really something I expected. And then we have 2018. Celeste is one of the most creative and beautiful platforms I ever played. And like I said earlier, platformer is probably my favorite genre. So Celeste wins. Sorry to Spider-Man and God of War, both really good games for the PlayStation 4. Uh, both fantastic games, not even really good. They're 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 fantastic, beautiful games. But Celeste wins for me. It's got a great soundtrack, great design, and great gameplay. 2019. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is the only From Software game that I really love. Spoiler alert. Other games I considered were New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Borderlands 3, and Super Mario Maker 2. And then we have 2020. Uh, Doom Eternal wins. The only other game I even considered was Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. I know a lot of people liked Animal Crossing. I haven't played it. Doesn't seem like a game for me. So Doom Eternal really seems like the only option. Then we have 2021. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is the only game I really enjoyed from 2021. I haven't played Metroid Dread yet, by the way. I'm sure if I had, it would win. I really want to play it. I'm gonna try to borrow a copy from my friend soon. And I'll get back to you on that. But as it stands, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser Fury wins. And then we have 2022, final year. It's not quite over, and there's quite a few games I've missed and games that haven't come out yet. One being Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, which I'm really excited to play. I hope I can get it sometime soon. But that being said, Kirby and the Forgotten Land wins, at least for now. Uh, anyway, that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace. See ya.